Yesterday, about 1400 local 84 Squadron got the call from Ops here that they were going to be required to support the firefighting with the Cypriot police and the other firefighting search and rescue forces for a fire about 15-20 miles northeast of Akrotiri. They were actioned, got airborne about 1500 local yesterday, and they've flown about 16 hours from yesterday and then right up until today, when we were stood down by the fire marshals and the Forestry Commission while they kind of work in foreign aircraft to help suppress the fire up to the northeast, and it is slightly more under control now. I think you can already see the winds picking up. So the last sitrep we had from the ground commander was it was reigniting every 10 minutes. It was under control, but essentially the next 4 or 5 hours are going to be critical as this wind picks up, and they're really trying to keep on top of it. So we're going to be on standby till dusk tonight. All the other rotary assets have been stood down as well, and they're basically on that short readiness to move in case it does reignite again. So potentially, and I would imagine into this week as well if it still is going on. At the moment, we've dropped 105 tonnes of water this weekend, and they flew 16 hours. And over this dry season recently, they've already dropped 250 tonnes of water and flown, I think, 45 hours in the last kind of 4 weeks-ish. So it's been relatively busy for us, busier than we've seen. The Forestry Commission, or the Forestry Service of Cyprus, they're the ones that obviously control the fires and they notify Air Ops here. And then we get a call from Air Ops, we're activated, we're on call 60 minutes notice to move for the search and rescue and for firefighting on Cyprus. So we're notified via that process, and then we would respond and get airborne. And that's what we've been doing really this weekend. The guys that they've been sort of giving their reports back, and their radio reports and some of their kind of visual accounts of the fire have been much more severe than any of the other stuff they've experienced so far once they've been on the squadron. We've seen like little bits of footage as well, and so it's very dynamic out there. Lots of smoke obviously in the air, which is making it difficult to coordinate, but the guys are doing a really good job to deconflict from the other aircraft, working with the ground and the air assets and trying to keep that kind of safety element while they go and fight the fires. But it is very, very dynamic, and yesterday they were telling me they were responding and dropping water right outside people's houses as people were kind of using buckets of water to try and put out fire around their housing. So it is really dynamic, and there's obviously a lot of threat to the populace up in that area.